I'm not a person that like to like be in the bed and just doing nothing. I'm not like that. I never be like that. The only thing that I really, really, really need is time. Figure it out.
I mean, I don't.
This season is not easing us into the chaos. It is jumping straight into money pressure, public embarrassment, and relationships that already look ready to crack. First up, Marissa and Edward turn one serious conversation into a full power struggle. Edward says he needs time to get stable, but Marissa makes it very clear she has not seen the success yet. And suddenly, this is not just about work. It is about respect, control, masculinity, and whether Marissa sees Edward as a partner or a project. Meanwhile, Catie's storyline is getting darker. Fans are no longer just calling her messy. They are talking about drinking, boundaries, blackouts, and whether Josh needs to run before this gets worse. And then, Catie gets dragged again. This time for the way she seems to light up around every man, except her actual fiancé. Now viewers are asking the brutal question, does she want Josh, or does she just want attention? So hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications because this season is already a pressure cooker. Let's start with Marissa, Edward, and the sentence that changed everything. Marissa did not just question Edward's future, she questioned his entire track record. And that is why this 90-day fiancé moment hit so much harder than a normal relationship argument. What started as a conversation about patience quickly turned into a tense battle over money, respect, masculinity, and whether love can survive once the vacation fantasy is gone. Edward is trying to explain himself. He says he is not the kind of man who wants to lie in bed doing nothing. He says he needs time. Time to adjust, time to get stable, time to figure out what life is supposed to look like now. And honestly, on the surface, that does not sound unreasonable. A person moving into a new life, possibly dealing with paperwork, culture shock, immigration limits, and emotional pressure, is not going to magically become fully settled overnight. But Marissa's reaction tells a different story. She is not just hearing, I need time. She is hearing, you may have to carry me. And that's where the temperature of the conversation changes. Because Marissa says she believes Edward could be successful, but she has not seen it yet. And that line doesn't land like concern, it lands like a performance review. Suddenly, Edward is not just defending his plan, he's defending his dignity. And that's where the cultural tension kicks in. Edward makes it very clear that respect matters deeply to him. For him, this is not just about whether he has a job right this second. It's about whether the woman he's about to marry looks at him like a man, a partner, someone worth believing in. And when Marissa speaks to him like she's already disappointed, he hears disrespect. But Marissa is not completely wrong either. She's looking at real life. Bills don't wait for romance. Kids, schedules, responsibilities, and pressure don't care how cute the love story was at the beginning. She wants to know if Edward has direction, not just hope. And that's a fair question. The problem is the delivery. Because asking someone, what is the plan, is very different from saying, I haven't seen you be successful in your life. One opens a conversation, the other cuts. And fans notice that immediately. Some viewers are defending Edward, saying Marissa knew what she was signing up for and shouldn't act shocked that he needs time. Others are defending Marissa, saying love is not enough if there's no plan, no stability, and no proof that he's ready for the responsibility of marriage. But the real issue is bigger than a paycheck. Seriously, Marissa is afraid of carrying a man. Edward is afraid of being controlled by a woman who already sees him as a liability. And when both people are speaking from fear, even a practical conversation starts sounding like an attack. So the question is not just whether Edward needs more time. The question is whether Marissa still believes in him, or whether she already sees him as a project that failed before it even began. Don't go anywhere, because the next story takes things from relationship pressure into something much darker. Catie's latest episode has fans talking about drinking, boundaries, and whether Josh needs to run before the situation gets worse. Because Catie's episode didn't just spark criticism, it sent fans straight into emergency mode. This is where 90 Day Fiancé stops feeling like simple relationship drama and starts feeling uncomfortable to watch. Because the conversation around Catie has shifted. It's not just about messy behavior anymore. It's something much heavier. Drinking, boundaries, accountability, and whether Josh is ignoring warning signs right in front of him. The post that set everything off was harsh. Fans saw Catie looking drained, detached, almost checked out, and the caption basically said she needed rehab. Not a break, not a serious talk, rehab. And once that word entered the conversation, the comments exploded. People started calling her a hot mess, others said she needs professional help, some brought up the drinking and the way she allegedly struggles to remember what happened after certain nights. And that's where the tone changed, because fans were no longer laughing at a chaotic reality TV moment. They were asking whether this situation is being treated like entertainment when it may actually be something much more serious. Now, let's be clear. Viewers cannot diagnose someone from a television clip. A frozen expression, a bad night, or a messy edit does not prove what is really happening in someone's life. Reality TV is designed to catch the worst pause, the heaviest stare, the most awkward silence, and then let the internet fill in the blanks. But the reason this conversation caught fire is because fans believe they're seeing a pattern. They're not only reacting to one moment, they're reacting to the drinking concerns, the boundary issues, the emotional instability, and the way Josh seems to keep standing there, trying to make sense of behavior that keeps hurting him. And that is the part viewers cannot ignore. If someone has to ask what they did the night before, that is not cute chaos. That is not just reality TV mess. That is the kind of moment where the room gets quiet. Fans are wondering whether Josh is being patient or whether he is refusing to see how serious this could become. At the same time, the reaction online has gone into dangerous territory. Some fans are expressing real concern, but others are throwing around labels like they're handing out nicknames. Alcoholism, disorders, personality issues, every possible diagnosis suddenly becomes a comment section theory. And that's where concern can turn into cruelty really fast. Because accountability matters. If Catie is crossing boundaries, hurting Josh, or using emotional chaos as a shield, fans are right to question it. But tearing someone apart while saying they need help is a very strange kind of compassion. That's why this storyline feels so uncomfortable. Catie can be struggling and still be responsible for her actions. She can need support and still owe Josh better treatment. Both things can be true. And that messy middle, that is exactly where 90 Day Fiancé loves to keep its couples. The viewer angle is split right down the middle. Some fans think Catie's in crisis and TLC should not be turning it into a storyline, while others think Josh needs to stop making excuses and protect himself before the situation gets worse. Keep it locked, because Catie is clearly not done giving the internet something to talk about. Next, fans are breaking down the way Catie lights up around every man except Josh. And the question is getting brutal. Does she want her fiancé, or does she just want attention? Catie did not need a cheating scandal to set the internet off, because apparently one look was enough. After all the concern around her drinking, her boundaries, and the emotional chaos around her, fans are now focusing on a different problem in her relationship with Josh. And this one is extra awkward because viewers are saying Catie seems to light up around almost every man except the man she is actually supposed to marry. The post that really got people talking was a collection of moments where Catie is smiling, leaning in, locking eyes, and giving very flirty energy to men who are clearly not Josh. And the caption basically joked that if you want a relationship, find someone who looks at you the way Catie looks at every guy whose name is not Josh. Ouch. Now, at first, you could say this is just reality TV doing what reality TV does. They know how to take one glance, one laugh, one awkward pause, and turn it into a whole storyline. A half-second look can become a scandal if the edit wants it badly enough. But the reason fans are not letting this go? They do not think it is one moment. They think it's a pattern. Around other men, Catie seems lighter, she laughs more, she looks engaged. She gives that sparkly, playful energy that makes people say, okay, wait a minute, where is all this energy when Josh is standing right there? But with Josh, things often feel heavier, tense, uncomfortable, emotionally complicated. It's like he's supposed to be the safe fiancé, while everyone else gets the fun version of her. And that's exactly why viewers are reacting so strongly, because to a lot of fans, this does not just look like harmless flirting. It looks like someone who wants the comfort of a relationship, but also wants the thrill of attention from outside the relationship. She wants Josh to stay, but she also seems to enjoy being noticed. She wants the security of commitment, but maybe not the boundaries that come with it. And that's a very dangerous mix. Fans are also starting to question Josh again. Some feel bad for him because they think he's being embarrassed on national television. Others are asking why he keeps staying, why he keeps watching the same behavior repeat, and why he hasn't drawn a harder line. Because at some point, the story is not just about what Catie is doing. It's also about why Josh keeps accepting it. The deeper read is that Catie may be self-sabotaging. Maybe the flirting is not about wanting another man as much as wanting control, validation, or an escape from the pressure of real commitment. Because random attention has no responsibility attached to it. Josh does. And that might be why the energy shifts so drastically. Still, explanation is not the same as an excuse. If Josh is her fiancé, he should not have to feel like he's competing with every man who makes eye contact. And if Catie is not ready to be fully present in that relationship, fans think she needs to be honest before this gets even messier. The viewer angle is brutal, but pretty clear. Some fans think Catie is just immature and addicted to attention, while others think she may be pushing Josh away before he can reject her first.